Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video here on the Bio at the Buzzer channel. In this video, we are going to be discussing multiple trade options that can realistically happen for a guy like Zion Williamson. The reason why I'm making this video about Zion is recently his family has said publicly that they do not like him being on the Pelicans. They don't think the Pelicans have done a good job at building a team around him. Now, here's why really quick. I'm going to give my opinions on that just really quick. Now, when you look at a lot of first overall picks, their teams, especially for the first few years, are not good. The reason why is because the team is obviously bad enough to get the first round pick that clearly just adding in the number one overall pick, it's not really good to, you're not going to, just all of a sudden have a superstar on your team. And it's been proven multiple times in the past. However, Zion has come into the league already with a playoff ready team, I feel like. Now, maybe not his first year, but this past year, I feel like if they didn't suffer through a lot of injuries, I feel like they could have actually made a good playoff run. The reason why is not only do you have Zion, but you also have a really good young player in Brandon Ingram, who has already proved to be a borderline most improved player. You have a guy like Lonzo Ball, who has been a very good wing defender, but also has been improving his jump shot. You have Nickeil Alexander-Walker. You have Josh Hart. You have a lot of other pieces like You have a lot of other pieces like Steven Adams. You have Jackson Hayes. There's just, the whole point is they actually have a good team. So realistically, them saying that he's in a bad situation already is just really not okay. I feel like he's in a perfect situation right now, but I figured why not? Let's have some fun and make this video. So if you guys do enjoy this video, do me a favor and kill a like button. If you guys want to see this video on any other player, maybe a guy like Luka Doncic from other recent issues that they've been having, feel free to comment that down below. I'll make a fun little video on it. Maybe you guys want to see something with Lillard. You guys let me know though. Either way, let's get right into it. The very first trade I'm going to be talking about is sending Zion over to the New York Knicks. Now, obviously, this wouldn't be the exact trade right here, but Obi Toppin, Kevin Knox, and Emmanuel quickly, involving also probably 2 or 3 first-round picks, probably the Dallas Mavericks picks, and a future New York Knicks pick as well for Zion Williamson. Now, the reason why I think this can happen is because, one, Obi Toppin is a really good young player. He's obviously on his rookie deal, so he has plenty of time to prove himself while making little to no money. Also, you get a guy like Kevin Knox, where we've seen it in the past where guys have started out really slow in their career. Obviously, they got moved to a different team. They had a new start somewhere else, and boom, they broke out into being a quality role player. A really good example of that is a guy like Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne struggled on the Thunder. He struggled on the Bulls. He got put into a backup role on the Phoenix Suns, and now he's been playing very good quality minutes in the playoffs, helping them on this run. He had really good games, even against the really good defensive team in the Los Angeles Lakers. And again, Kevin Knox could potentially be in another situation like that, where maybe he does become a 10, 12 point per game scorer for a team like the Pelicans if he gets, a good amount of minutes or something like that. Maybe he becomes the spark off their bench. I don't know. You guys kind of get the point there. Another good example, or another good piece to this trade, though, is Emmanuel quickly. He had a really good season. He made the all-rookie second team. Obviously, when you're trading for a guy like Zion, you're going to need big pieces to obviously make the trade happen. But also, the reason why I think this could potentially happen is Zion has publicly stated that he really does like playing with RJ Barrett. They've talked about, a lot of articles have come out about Zion and RJ liked playing with each other in college, and they want to team up sometime in the NBA. So maybe it happens on the Knicks. I don't really see RJ going to New Orleans, but hey, who knows? Maybe if Zion wants out, maybe the Knicks are a good option for them. I really realistically think that Obi, Knox, quickly, 2, 3 first-round picks really isn't. It sounds like you're giving up a lot, but for a guy like Zion, I think that's easily a done deal that can happen. Now, this trade, again, I think could realistically happen. The Knicks and the Thunder are the 2 teams that I could realistically see trading for Zion. Now, obviously, the players could be moved in and out depending on contracts or depending on, whatever happens in the future. But right now, I'm going to say Poku, Baisley, Theo Maledon, and Isaiah Roby for Zion. Also with the Thunder throwing in a few draft picks as well. We all know the Thunder have a ton of first-round picks. I think the last time it was counted was like 20-something first-round picks over the next couple years, which is absolutely insane. Now, I know a lot of them are late first, but they still have really good quality picks, including the Houston pick. This year is, I think, top 4 protected, I want to say. But with that pick, obviously, if the Rockets do get it, they get their unprotected pick next year, which, let's be honest, it's still going to be a good pick. So this is another trade that could potentially happen. Seeing a really good team of Shea, Lou Dort, and Zion Williamson, if we're being honest, would be really fun as well. Now, I know this trade does say that it fails on the screen here. Now, obviously, again, in real life, they will be working out, obviously, different salaries and different stuff like that. Maybe, they throw in trade exceptions, like whatever happens here. But this is a trade that I talked about on Twitter a lot, and I really do think that the Warriors actually have a package that could realistically happen with the New Orleans Pelicans. So what you guys see on the screen here is going to be Andrew Wiggins, James Wiseman, Eric Pascal, the Timberwolves pick from this year, which realistically is going to be top 5 most likely, and the Warriors lottery pick this year, which is probably going to be anywhere between 12 to 14, somewhere in there. And again, this could potentially be a thing that could land Zion. Now, again, this is all based on what ifs and kind of just basing it on a, like, you know, scenario kind of deal. But honestly, just picturing a Curry and Clay, you know, fast break with Zion, like, that's just absolutely insane. But again, realistically, I think this trade could happen because not only would the Pelicans be getting back 2 or actually 3 really solid young players, but Wiggins just had his best season of his career, improving tremendously on the defensive end, improving really efficiently on the offensive end. You have Wiseman, who's a great young piece, and again, on that rookie deal like we were talking about with a guy like Obi Toppin, where I do think Wiseman could be a really good fit with the Pelicans. You also have a guy like Steven Adams that could help obviously improve him as a player. Now, the only reason why I think this would be a little bit hit or miss is because of a guy like Jackson Hayes. They do already have a good young big man in Hayes, so would they want to maybe take a flyer on Wiseman? I don't really know. Not really a flyer, but would they really want 2 big men like that? I don't know. But also throwing in Pascal, it would hurt to see my mans go, but honestly, if it gets the deal done for Zion, it would just have to happen. Now, I did throw in James Johnson on the other side just because I tried to get the salaries to work out for this trade. It didn't happen, so obviously the whole, you know, James Johnson part of this trade could happen, could not happen. Either way, that's not really like a deal breaker for me. But then again, you would be adding in 2 like really good picks as well in a really good draft class. So honestly, at this point, you know, realistically, if Zion is going to get traded, you never know what can happen because the NBA has had some pretty crazy trades and random things have happened in the past. So who knows? Maybe this could happen too. Now, this is probably going to be the most random one, and this is just going to be a little bit biased here. So I'm going to say that Zion is going to end up getting in a deal going straight to Dallas. Now, let me explain why this. I mean, I don't realistically think this one could happen, but it would be kind of funny to see happen. Now, the only reason why, like I said, I'm putting this out here is just based on the fact that Luka, very frustrated with the Mavericks, and I think they can go all in on trying to land a guy like Zion. Do I think this trade will happen? Absolutely not. But it would be kind of funny to see Zion and Steven Adams maybe get moved to a team like Dallas, where then again, Luka could have some help. A pick and roll with Steven Adams and Luka would be very good. Obviously, the same way it was effective with a guy like Russell Westbrook. I mean, obviously, then adding Zion in there as well would be really fire. And again, a duo of Zion and Luka would be one of the coolest things ever. And honestly, like that duo would run the NBA probably for a very long time. But also looking at the other side of the trade, the Pelicans would get a guy like Kristaps Porzingis, where again, I really think that wouldn't even be all that bad, if I'm being completely honest. The reason why, again, putting Kristaps into a new situation that could honestly help him rejuvenate his career, I think may not be all that bad. You'd also be getting 2 really good wing defenders in Dorian Finney-Smith and Josh Richardson, but also adding in a young piece like Josh Green that realistically, the Pelicans, like obviously they'd be missing Zion in a way, but like, you still have a guy like Ingram. I mean, if they end up getting Lonzo back, cool. If they don't, you still have a wing defender and a really good point guard in Bledsoe. Then again, next to him in the backcourt would be Josh Richardson. Then you have Ingram at the 3. You put Dorian Finney-Smith at the 4. You put Kristaps at the 5. You still have Jackson Hayes. You still have Nickeil Alexander-Walker. You still have Maxey. Like, you still actually have a good team. And you're going to be adding in Josh Green as well. Like, that's still a playoff team and could be championship contenders with another piece. Maybe like a point guard. Maybe they even somehow trade for a guy like Bradley Beal. I don't know. But maybe something like that does happen in the future. But realistically, I don't think this trade is that far off, actually. You know, at the beginning, it started out as a meme. But realistically, this actually does work for both teams. But you guys let me know what you guys think, man. Which trade out of the 4 that I just showed you guys do you guys see most likely happening? If not any of them, let me know down below if you guys do have a better trade option. But I think those are pretty fun. I think I am going to make some more videos like this because I'm not going to lie, coming up with different trades that I could realistically see happening is kind of fun. So let me know if you guys enjoy it. Be sure to kill the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And yeah, peace.